Hi, this is Sandy, and I'm here for hashtag FDC Field 4, hosted by Shanna at Shanuki Art, and I am behind, so I'm going to make the card for week 12, which was for the week of the 16th last week. Here are the prompts for this week: holes, text, bird, yellow, glitter, buttons, doll, doily, and drippy paint. And out of that, I've chosen 4. I went through some things and gathered it together. So I'm going to do the text, the bird, the yellow, and the doily. And so when I have a collection, I keep it together till it gets down to where there's not a lot left, and then I'll divide it up. So this is how I keep things that have been pulled from all different places. And so I went into my animal birds and picked out a bird that I liked. It has yellow on it, so that went along with the prompt. So I chose that to work with. And then I pulled out this blue doily that I had. I'm just going to use a piece of it because it's really large for the size card that I'm working on. And text was one of the prompts. So I fussy cut around this. It said, every birdie needs some birdie. And I'm going to use that on the card. And then I chose this paper that has some yellow on it. And so I thought I would just glue it on and cut around it. So I'm going to start there with gluing this card on. Okay. Push it down good, make sure it's stuck. And then I'm going to cut it out. So there's my card. I'm going to punch the hole so that I know where that is when I'm putting things on there. This is to go on the ring of cards I have that I'm doing. If you haven't seen any of my other, if you haven't seen my other videos, I'm adding the cards to this ring that I had that had these cards on it. I don't know when I got it or where I got it, but I ran across it and thought it would be a good thing to do for this year. So I'll add it to that. So I have the yellow, and I'm thinking about putting the blue on the side so that I'm using part of a doily with the bird and then the saying. Kind of gone back and forth because I'd also thought about using it at the bottom to kind of give the bird a place to sit. But I didn't like it coming up so far, and I needed to find place to put my saying. So I really think I'm going to go ahead and go with the side idea and just use a part of this doily on this side. So I will just, I think, put some glue on this side. And then I can add a little bit of glue underneath there to hold those different pieces down. Sorry, I got out of frame. I am new to creating while I film, so it takes me a little while to get used to making sure I'm in frame. And then I'm going to glue the bird on. And then the little saying that I found. Every birdie needs some birdie. And then I'm cut the doily off. And I think I'll ink around the edge. I just like the finished look that it gives when I ink around the edge. So I have some walnut stain ink, and I use a little finger dabber. I just think it kind of gives it a finished look to have that edge of ink on it. So that is my card for this week, for week 12, and then I'll have to catch up on 13. But I used text, bird, yellow, got yellow in the background and on the bird, and a doily, part of a doily. So thank you for watching my video. Be sure and check out the hashtag FDC4.